All right, here we go. This is Mobility Wednesdays. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to focus on mobility always. I'm barefooted, as you can see. I have my pad here. You can use your pad in the floor, and we're going to do some tasks and skills there, and then we're going to be on the chair. So we're going to do a wake up type. It's called the ultimate core. Okay. So we're going to just open our hands like that. See, I'm just going to open and I'm going to close them. Okay. So starting out, we've slept hopefully all night. And when you wake up, we have slept in weird positions. So as you're waking up, such as I am doing right now, see, I have my pad on the floor. I'm just going to step my whole foot into the pad while I'm opening up my shoulders. Okay. So when you bring your hands in, I want you to kind of get your elbows as close together as you possibly can get them. See that? So I've stepped forward onto my little squishy pillow pad because it feels, it's really good to kind of press your foot down in there. But while you're doing it, you're going to open, and when you open into a W like this, and we're just waking up, we're going to go right through a thing called the ultimate core. This is kind of a take off of many different movement disciplines, and to try to make sense out of some of the over the top, I call them moves. That's really, I'm going to do the essential core is what I'm going to do. So before you do that, see what I'm doing? I'm doing a split stance. See, that's number one. Number two, my elbows stay just a little bit down from the armpit or the shoulder. Then when you come in, you drop your shoulders, you drop your chin, you bring your elbows right in here. And you want to try to get your elbows and your hands in together. Then when you open back out, you don't do this fast. Okay? I've done several now. So about a half a dozen, 6 of them. Let's just do one more. Okay? Just like that. And then open. Then change your lead leg. See, I'm putting my foot on that squishy pillow. Okay, that's number one. My knee is bent, number two. The back leg is straight. The foot is straight. Okay? If you're having trouble with your balance at this point, you just widen your base. See how I widened up? I didn't turn my foot. I just widened. Okay? Now, pretend I'm with you right now, and I'm just going to be, I would be behind you, and I would be putting my hands right here on your shoulders and pressing them down. Tummy is tight. Then you bring those elbows in. Hi, everybody coming on. We are recording, so you're going to get this wake up move. I call it a wake up move. Okay? See how I'm just coming back and forth like this with my elbows touching, my hands touching, and then I open back and I keep my shoulders down. Then you go straight. Then you do a pendulum. Okay? So when you do your pendulum, keep your chin tucked. If you don't keep your chin tucked, this kind of move will really make you almost go forward. And I don't want you going forward. Okay. I want you pretend I'm there putting my index finger right here on your chin, in through the nose, out through the nose, and I'm doing a pendulum in a split stance. So this is our wake up move. We're going to go from this wake up move right into the ultimate core. Okay, one more time. Put the other foot on the little disc and do your pendulum. Your toes are pretty straight. If you're losing your balance, what do? Widen your base. Right, just step wide. Don't turn your foot, not right now. We'll do that later, but not right now, okay? Beautiful day out there today. More rain tonight, but we should have a really good day tomorrow. Okay, shake out, shake out, shake out. So what did we do? All in the world I started with was my little cat here. And because we've slept all night, hopefully we've slept all night, you sleep in weird positions. Some of us are belly sleepers, back sleepers, shoulder sleepers, but a lot of us sleep and pull our shoulders in like that. So I'm doing a wake up move, okay? So maybe I'll say Mobility Wednesdays, wake up your shoulders before you start really going into your movement for the day. And we brought those elbows right together, the hands together, and then you open them. And now you're in your W. See how I've tucked those in there now? So you go step wide, open wide, step in, and bring your elbows in, okay? So step, step, the knees are soft, the butt's pushed back, go into a W, and then wide, and then step in, and bring your elbows right into your waist, okay? Keep your chin tucked, in through the nose, out through the nose. Step wide, and go open, way open. So I'm open and open. My knees are soft, and I keep my shoulders down. And then I step in, okay? Now we bring those hands in. I'm gonna be right in front of my chair right here, okay? I'm gonna take my hands, and whether you have to open them or not, it doesn't matter now. Bring the elbows up. So you wanna go from here to up here. Like you're trying to put something up over your head, okay? Or get like a real hard to get on shirt or something. And then bring it back down, okay? Big breath, in through the nose, out through the nose. The hands go just like this, and they bring up so that your elbows are pointing up. Now, believe it or not, there are many people who have a really hard time doing that move. That's the very reason why I did what I did to begin with. I called it waking up your shoulders, because you've slept in funny positions, and then we can bring them up, and the elbows are going all the way up over your head. Now at this point, if you want to stretch your hands out behind your head, you can, but if you can just go from elbows here to elbows here, grab your hand and hang out here for a second or two or three, and then bring it back down. That would be really good. Now I'm gonna step into my chair here. See this? So my knees are touching the chair, okay? That gives you a point of a contact point, okay? Don't not do this little point that I'm making here. See how my knees are touching the front of the chair? They're not pushing, they're just touching it, okay? So once I'm touching that with my knees soft, then I'm gonna bring those hands in again. And as I bring my elbows up and they're pointing up, now with my knees touching the front of the chair, I'm gonna release my tummy, I'm gonna release my butt muscles, and I'm gonna push my hips forward, okay? Keep your chin tucked. Don't really throw your head back. We're gonna do that later. I don't want you to do it now because it's too hard to work with your balance when you do that. Okay, now bring your hands in, your elbows down, and bring your hips back in, okay? Big breath. Now we're gonna go straight from that move to coming down and putting my hands on the chair, okay? Now you're gonna step back just a little bit, and you're gonna come all the way down, hanging on to the rungs of the chair right there in front of you. Keep your chin tucked. Now, when your hands are on the chair, now and only now do I want you to straighten those legs. Okay? Big breath. Bend the knees. The hands are on the bottom part of the chair. You should have got a real quick little stretch there. Then I'm going to put my hands right here. I'm going to step back with one leg and forward with the other knee. Okay? So we're working ourselves down to what's called the ultimate core. Okay? So when you're in this position, you pretty much want to have your shoulders over your wrists. Your elbows are soft. They're not really bent, but they're soft. Now I'm hanging out here for just a second, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and do the other part of this instead of waiting until I come up the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and step forward and back with the other leg. So my front knee is bent. My shoulders are down. My shoulders are pretty much in line with where my wrists are. I'm trying my darndest to put my heel down. This is my tight calf because this is the knee that's replaced. So by virtue of that, you get a little more tightness in your calf, okay? So now I've done both legs in this ultimate core. Now I'm going to go ahead and take both legs back and I'm going to do a high plank. So here I am in a high plank, okay? And then I'm going to slip my feet in here and I'm simply going to put my elbows in the chair, okay? When we come back around on this particular ultimate core challenge that I'm doing with you right now, it's going to have addressed tightness and imbalances all through all your joints and your muscles. So a lot of times imbalances happen because of tight muscles. A muscle on one side gets too tight and it's loose on the other and it causes an imbalance. Anyway, that's why something like doing what we're going through right now is so valuable. Okay, so now that I've done that, I've gone back down into my positioning here, all the way down. And now I'm going to take my pad, put it right here. I'm going to go right on down and do a kneel. Okay. I'm going to really encourage you to just try to get yourself down in this position, because when you're in this position, if you're barefooted, and I don't know if you can see my feet, but my toes are pointing forward and I'm stretching the underneath of my feet. This move in this whole ultimate core thing is such a good move, okay? Just press into those toes just like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to slide your chair forward. And you see how I put my pad? I'm kneeling on my pad so it doesn't hurt my knees. Then I'm going to slide my chair forward and I'm just going to put my elbows down on the ground. Put my butt up, okay? So you're down there just for a couple of seconds. Then you're going to come on back up, on back up, on back up. And now from this position, you're going to bring your knees forward, drop your shoulders, and I'm going to just kind of like just hang from my shoulders. So my knees are off the ground, my elbows are bent, my shoulders are down, and I'm going to hang here I'm going to try to make it for about 10 to 15 seconds. Okay? Elbows are soft, and your hips are pushing forward to the chair. Then you go right back down. See, you just put your knees right back down, okay? So if you're mixed up and you lost me somewhere, just get your knees on your pad right now, okay? That's most important. Put your chair here. Your hands are right here in the chair, okay? Drop your shoulders, drop your chin, okay? Now I'm gonna push into my hands so that my knees are gonna leave the pad, okay? So it's very important on this one that you drop your shoulders. Tighten your tummy, elbows are bent, and you're gonna leave the pad and just hang out down here. Okay, so you're stretching those feet, you're stretching, you're doing that hyperextension in the back. Take a big deep breath, big deep breath, big deep breath. Then you're gonna push your butt back. Push your butt back, and you're gonna press back with the rear end. Press back, press back, press back. Tuck your chin, tuck your chin, tuck your chin. Then you're gonna come back up, step up on the pad, come all the way up here. Take a big deep breath. Put your hands right here in the middle. And you're gonna take those elbows up again. Now when you're taking your elbows up, you're gonna keep your tummy tight and your elbows are heading to the ceiling. Your knees are soft and now you're gonna release and push your hips forward and then come back and come out of it. Excellent. Now I'm gonna stand right here. See here? I'm gonna turn my foot like I'm pointing that way. See that? I'm just like this. One leg is forward. One leg is definitely turned. So it's almost like an L position with your feet, okay? Tight tummy, drop your shoulders, okay? Point, see? And I'm just gonna bend this knee a little, okay? You don't have to get into like a super extreme position to get the benefit, not only for your shoulders, but for your hips in this move. So right now, my question would be to you, have you locked your knee? Most of you have locked your knee, okay? I'm not asking you to wave and say, it's me, it's me. I'm just saying, you need to notice, did you lock your knee? If you did, unlock it. Yes. Now tighten in that tummy. And see, I'm pointing in the direction my toe is pointing. See that? The knee is bent a little. This is a pretty straight leg, okay? And I'm gonna bend my knee a little so that it goes just out to the toe. See that? Okay, that little move, and then you can put your other hand up here to match the one where you were pointing. Okay, drop your shoulders, and you're pressing your knee to your toe, and then you're gonna come back to your heel, okay? This is a very nuanced little move, okay? So stay with me here. Drop your shoulders, in through the nose, out through the nose. Drop your chin. You're pointing in the direction as your toe, and you're gonna bend the knee so that it's just over the toe. This leg is straight, but it's not locked. And you're gonna hang out here for just a second, or two or three, okay? And then you're gonna come back to the heel. You're actually gonna lift your toe. And then you're gonna push back into the toe. Or I don't mean the toe specifically, I mean the ball of your foot, okay? You're still on your heel. You don't bring your heel up necessarily. Keep your chin tucked. Come back to the heel. And then go back into the ball of the foot, okay? So your toes should be wide open. Your hands are out here the whole time. And now you're gonna bring your hands in and down. You should have been just about ready to die with your shoulders right then. I'm just saying. Okay, now you're gonna come back. See this? See this? Pull that toe up, 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 up. See that? And then just take it off of that little pad. See there? I'm going to kick the little pad over because I'm standing here. And what am I going to do? I'm going to turn the other foot just like that. I'm going to put it on the pad. Yeah, the squishy pad. Because we're going to go into the ball of the foot, then we're going to go back into the heel. Okay, so we're just a wide stance. We're not like super wide. We're not going to take it all the way into this very, very extreme position. You normally see, you know, when they're doing the warrior pose. So the big value of this is the turnout here. That's number one. Number two, you're balancing back and forth. Now I've upped it a bit by putting this little pad here. I'm not just on the floor, okay? So that's gonna throw you. It has the ability to throw you. So always have a chair, a counter, a wall that you can steady yourself, a pole, whatever. Okay, so check your feet. This foot should be straight forward, shoulders down, rib cage up. My chin is tucked. My knees are not locked. This one is bent, okay? Now I'm gonna go ahead and push my knee over, so it's just a little bit over the toes. It's not enough to strain your knee at all. It's just over the toe, and I'm pointing, see, with this arm. Now I'm gonna move into the heel, and then I'm gonna bend the knee and move out over the toe again, okay? So right there, you need to say rib cage up, okay? Because you're gonna wanna bend a little bit here. That's usually what, if you're untrained, then you're gonna just do this all bent over. I don't want you to do that. So keep your chin tucked, your rib cage up, shoulders down. The knee is bending out over the toe. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put that other hand up. So I'm bending into the ball of the foot. I'm not necessarily lifting my heel. I mean, you could. And then I'm gonna come back. So see, I'm getting that little shifting. It's a very, like I said, a little nuanced type move, that little. It's a little kind of a move, almost imperceptible. Only it's this kind of shifting, pressing into the ball of the foot, back into the heel, keeping your hands in this position, okay? Push into the ball of the foot, then come back into the heel, okay? This is the type of shifting, as I was saying, that clues you in as to where are you feeling pressure? Can you feel pressure? Okay, so these are all very good things to do barefooted. Okie dokie. So one more shift. So keep that hand pointing here. In through the nose, out through the nose. Bend, bend, bend. Bend in, bend that knee over the toe. Then come back into the heel. Okie dokie. And then come back and down. Shake out, shake out, shake out. Yay. Now I want to just stand in a tandem. So I'm on the floor, I'm not on my pad. Okay. I am barefooted. All right. So what are we doing right now? We are doing, sorry about the noise. We are doing a tandem stance. Okay. If you want to make this really difficult or challenging, simply say rib cage up and you pull your heel in the front close to your toe in the back. Okay, even touching it. The minute that you bring that heel back and you touch the toe and you're in the tandem stance, you're going to start rocking and rolling. And that's okay, but if it's disconcerting and you get scared that you're gonna lose your balance, all you're gonna do is bring your chair here and just lightly press with one finger, or just your palm on the chair back, okay? Now soften the knees, say rib cage up. And if you need this for balance, keep your hand here. You're gonna bring the other one and you're gonna come forward and back, and then you're gonna go across and back, okay? So we're gonna go forward and back. Keep your hand on the chair if you need to. Your knees are soft, correct? So if I checked you right now, you would not be locked, correct? So if you wanna do this without holding the chair, it looks like this. You're gonna go forward and back a couple times. Keep your knees soft, don't lock it. And now I'm gonna go across and across. My knees are bent, okay? I say bent, I just mean they're unlocked. I don't want them super bent because you're standing in a tandem and you're gonna get off. So plan on it. If you need to put your hand here, do that. But don't lock your knees. Say rib cage up, shoulders down, across, 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 and then forward and forward and forward and forward and forward and across and across. You don't have to go super fast. You just want to hang on to that balance. Okay, stay with it. Just a couple more. We're almost there. Say rib cage up. Some of you are bending way too far forward. Okay, keep your knees soft. Keep your knees soft. Shoulders down, shoulders down, shoulders down. Fight it, fight it, fight it. Step out, okay? And turn out, and turn in, and turn out, and turn in, and turn out, and turn in, and turn out, and turn in. Yay. Now I'm gonna do the other side, okay? Shake out your hands. So before I had this leg forward, so now I'm gonna put this leg forward, this leg back. So again, we can, I'm like drifting. We can make this super challenging, super hard, or we can make it very doable by using a chair. Number one, by not feeling that you have to bring your heel and touch the toe. If you do, that is the most challenging position there, okay? And number three, don't lock your knees, okay? Soften your knees. So this is a very, very good way to challenge your balance systems, your proprioceptiveness, okay? So your tummy's in, drop your shoulders, yeah, drop your chin, yeah. Make sure your knees are soft and your toes are forward. My heel is touching my toe. It doesn't have to. And if it's very challenging for you to hang on here to this balance, that narrow, then of course, slide your front foot forward or even open your stance. That's okay. Okay, you ready for the arms? So I'm gonna go forward and back. That's number one. Number two, say rib cage up so you don't over lean. There, I'm pushing myself off. Okay, go side to side. Don't go fast. Don't go fast. Okay, side to side. Unlock your knees. Drop your center of gravity. Okay, just bend those knees a little bit. Tight tummy. In through the nose. Now forward again. Forward again. Forward again. Forward again. Forward again. Forward again. Then across. Across. Keep your knees from locking. In through the nose, out through the nose. And step out. So I can tell you, I felt that in very different places, one leg over the other leg. This stance is called the tandem stance. Okay, and I do it a lot, but I really wanted to work into it. Now, I'm not going to take the time to do it today, but I'm telling you, if you did everything that we just did, and you shut one eye, and then you shut the other eye, just have one eye open, oh my goodness, that becomes a big challenge. Okay, so here's my chair. So I'm gonna go from our tandem stance. We did our warrior pose, we did our tandem stance, and now we're gonna do a knee up, but I'm not bringing it all the way to the top of the chair, okay? So here again, I'm gonna break this down, all right? If you need balance help, that's okay. make sure you're safe, meaning always be where you can safely put a hand on a wall, a table, a chair, a pole. Okay, now this little move that I'm doing right now, see, I'm just putting my foot on a bottom rung, okay, not the lowest. Some of you have 2 rungs, some of you maybe have 1, some of you might not have any. So that in that case, you would just bring it up on your pad like that. See that? You would just do that, okay? So I'm gonna be right here, okay? Drop your shoulders. Here's what I want you to do. Take one hand, the back part of the hand, and put it right down here in the lower back, okay? Keep it right there. So my palm is heading forward, shoulders are down, and steady your hand on the chair if you need to. Now put the other foot up there. Okay, when you put that foot up there, did you feel yourself wanting to round your back? That's what I want you to notice right now. Okay, drop your shoulders, tight tummy, here we go. Okay, when you get ready to come up here and you put your foot on that rung under the chair, many of you lock your leg. And then when you go to put it up there, you turn your toe out and then you round your back, okay? So why do I know all these little moves? Because these are the little moves that mostly slugs do, okay? And so because I have some slugs in my class, and we love slugs, I'm trying to help you work against your sluggy ways, okay? So I know what my tendencies are, so I know what your tendencies are. And you see what I'm doing? I'm doing a series of knee-ups. It's an assisted knee-up. Now, here's what I want you to notice. Every time you put your knee up, of course, you say rib cage up. The minute you will say rib cage up when you do this move, whoa, you'll feel it in your back extensors immediately. Shoulders are down, and you say rib cage up as you put that foot up there, okay? And you just do it a few times. That's number 1. Number 2, notice if you turn your foot out. When you put your foot down, do you turn it out? Okay, if you do, well, don't. And then do you lock your knees? So we want to do a series of knee ups. I'm not doing high knee ups. I'm just hitting the rung on my chair. And I have my hand back here checking to see if I'm rounding my lower back, okay, or flexing, which I don't want to do. Okay, good to go. Bring that hand down, shake out, shake out, shake out. Now, we're gonna go to the higher step. So we're gonna bring our knee up here, okay, as high as we can go. Then we're gonna bring it up a little more. So from the chair, the minute that you start to bring it up, watch what you're doing with your knee and your foot, okay? So you want it to be straight on. You want to say rib cage up, soft the knee. Now really use your core. I have my hand here on my chair, just for insurance. I'm not using it a lot, but it's a little, it's a point of contact, and that's okay. See how I'm bringing this up here? See that? See that? Yeah. Okay, bring it up and then put it down. Shift, okay? Now you know very well how to shift because we did that in several moves already. Okay, so here I come. Here's my toe, my foot, my whole foot on the chair. Tighten your tummy, drop your shoulders, and here we go. Bring it up and bring it tap. Now, while you're doing this right here, see, I'm bringing it up. You got to keep that knee from locking on you, okay? So breathe in through the nose, out through the nose, in through the nose, out through the nose. Just barely tap here on your chair so you don't have to fight for your balance. Yes, this is a balanced maneuver. However, I'm putting all kinds of modifications in here because this is a really good move to be at a 90 degree with your hip and then to go up with it. Don't lock your knee, your other knee. You're using a lot of core. In through the nose, out through the nose. 2 more. In through the nose, out through the nose, and bring it back down. Yay. Okay. Step across, just as a recovery, and then step across. Yeah, straighten your legs, really straighten your legs. Do a little bit of a hip push forward. Yeah, that helps you recover. Another time, here we go. Hip push, in through the nose, out through the nose. I'm just recovering right now, okay? So now, because our chair is turned this way, because I've done my little tapping like this to the side of the chair so that I can put my hand here. Now we're gonna go to a very important move for your back, okay? So I'm gonna put my hands right here, okie dokie. I'm gonna keep my chin tucked, yes. And I'm gonna just hold my ground with one leg. The other leg is gonna go back like that, okay? Now the opposite hand is gonna sneak out, okay? So my chin is tucked. My knee that's supporting me here is soft. I'm pointing back with my toe, pointing forward with my hand. I'm gonna go drop, lift, drop, lift. So I'm just pressing my toe down, pressing it back, pressing it down. Keep your knee soft, elbow soft, in through the nose, out through the nose. Make sure your knee is soft. Now point and lift, point and lift, point and lift. And bring it back in, and bring it back in. Yay. I'm gonna put my elbows down before I go to the other side and just push back. Drop my head, push back, big breath, big breath, big breath, big breath. Okay, ready for the other side? Everybody's saying, yes, we can't wait. So, first of all, get my stance. So my knee is bent, okay? And it's gonna be the opposite. So I'm gonna take one leg out and I'm gonna bring the opposite hand out, okay? And I'm just pointing, flexing. I'm not going real high with my leg. I'm gonna bring that up in just a minute. So I'm pointing, flexing, pointing, flexing, wrist and ankle, wrist and ankle, wrist and ankle. Okay, ready? Bend this knee, the one that's supporting, drop your shoulders. Yes. Okay, bring that leg up, bring the arm up, and push, push. Lift it up, lift it up, lift it up, lift it up, lift it up. And bring it in, and bring it in, and bring it in. Woo, big breath, okay? So what am I doing? Keeping my heels down, pushing back as far as I can, coming down there, okay? And then coming right back up to an L stance. See, I'm coming down, then I'm gonna pull right back up into an L stance, okay? Big breath. Now I'm gonna bring that chair around here. I'm gonna do a sit down. Okie dokie. So I'm gonna sit right here in my little chair, okay? I'm gonna get my little pillow right here. So just by standing and doing some of those moves the way we did them, we worked really hard into the back as far as strength and mobility goes, all right? Now we're gonna address the duck-footed syndrome, okay? So if you tend to have, you walk with your toes out, Pay attention to these next couple moves, okay? You can do this lying down, or you can do them seated. So you can use a ball, or you can use this little spongy pillow, okay? Are you ready? So I'm going to say rib cage up, drop my chin, and then I'm going to go up on my toes, and I'm going to push in with my knees as hard as I can, just like that. And I'm going to go heel, toe. And you see what I'm doing? I'm doing 1, 2, and then 3, 4. So if you try to rock and roll, and if you try to lift both these legs at once, you could pull something in your back, okay? Usually, a muscle, a vertebrae, whatever. So what do I want to do? I'm pushing, number 1, into my knees super hard. I'm pushing into my knees really hard. I feel that groin muscle. That's number 1. Number 2, I go one heel at a time, then the other heel. Keep pushing hard into the knees, and then you go up to the toes. You open right here. You keep your tummy super tight. You go heel, heel, push, toe, toe, push. Heel, heel, push, toe, toe, push really hard. Heel, heel, push really hard. Toe, toe, push really hard. Breath, 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 breath. Keep pushing. Every time you go down into the heel, up into the toes, push really hard. Okay, because in the transition, you kind of release in through the groin. I want you to push really hard. And so we're trying to get to a set of 10 here. Breath, drop your shoulders, in through the nose, push really hard. When you get up there, push. When you get down here, push. When you get up here, push. When you get down here, push. Now release. You loved it, didn't you? I know it. Okay. Take a big deep breath. Open the feet wide. Remember this move. We've done it many times, but when you're really pushing stability through your back extensors and your hip and groin like we have been doing, you want to do a transverse move just to release. So see what I did? I went from straight forward. My legs are wide. I put my hand over here and I grab the back of the chair. I don't do it hard, and I just keep my chin tucked and I look back over my shoulder, okay? Then I gently release and come back here, and I don't push too hard, okay? That's a good thing to remember. First of all, in through the nose, out through the nose, drop your shoulders. I'm gonna put my hand on the other side. I'm gonna start turning slowly. I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna look over my shoulder, okay? Stay wide with your legs. Pull and push. So I'm pulling here, pushing here. Pull and push. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Breath, breath, breath. And release, 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 release. Good job. Okay. Are you ready now to do a hamstring stretch? Yes? Okay. First of all, you don't just do a hamstring stretch like real quick and real hard. You work into it. I did a lot of movement to leading up to this, right? Then we're going to sit down and we're going to do our quads. Okay? Stretch them. So right here, I'm merely going to just bring my hands down like this, and I'm going to hang on to my calves. Okay? You don't have to go much further than that at first. Okay? Then I'm going to release my butt like this and like this, and I'm going to straighten my legs until I feel a stretch back here. And I'm hanging out down here, and I'm only going to do it for a second. Then I'm going to bring a toe up and a toe up. Then I'm going to go sit back down. So this is very important. I did not stay down there more than 3 seconds probably, okay? Some of you are really bothered by putting your head down and the blood goes to your head. And then you never get to stretch your hamstrings. Yeah, you could do it. We could do it sitting here, putting our leg up, all that kind of stuff. But generally, this is, you know, people go into this move. And you can just change a few little things and be quite safe with it. Okay, you ready? So I'm going to take my hands down. I'm going to release my butt. I'm going to take my butt up now and my head down and pull into a lifted toe and a lifted toe. Pull myself in there, pull myself in there. Only going to stay there about 3 seconds and then sit down. Okay? And give yourself a little time to let that blood go back in there. Okay? So you don't want to create a lot of tension is the point. Okay? So you can do this twice and get a nice stretch. Then you can follow it with a lifted knee. So you're going to take your knee to your shoulder, knee to the shoulder. Got that? Okay, say rib cage up. Some of you rounded your back right then. Say rib cage up and then reach, 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 reach. Just like that. Big breath, just like that. Bring your toes right back here. Big stretches going on. Then bend and come in. Okay? Take a big breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Open, drop your shoulders. Bring that knee up to the shoulder, other knee. And then reach, 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 reach. And you bring your toes back. Yeah, in dorsiflexion like that. Just bring it back there. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Big breath into the nose, out through the nose. Then come back down and then come back down. Good. All right. Okay. Bring your hands right here. Okay. Remember the W? See, we can do that sitting or standing. Doesn't matter. Here we go. Right here. Okay. Now act like I'm in front of you right now with your hands like this. So if I were right here, put my hand here, act like I'm pushing your hands back. Okay? Push those hands back. Do not put your elbows back first. I'm trying to get you to open right here. This is for Kay. This has Kay's name written all over it. I hope you're doing this, Kay. Okay, rib cage up. Okay, hand goes back. I'm pushing you. The hand and the elbow are in the same line. Push, push, shoulders down, push, shoulders down, push, release, and come back. Yay. Okay, I'm going to turn it this way so you see what I'm doing. So I'm going to go to the very edge here. I'm going to hang this little cheek off. And then I'm just going to put my knee down. That's all. Come to the front. Hang on here so you don't fall over on your nose. I'm going to put the top of my foot on the floor. That is a really good move to train better flexion in your ankle because you're not putting any weight on it right now. See, you're just letting it open. All right. So don't let your hip drop excessively here. I want them to stay almost the same distance. Okay, now we're going to let ourselves go all the way back to the back of the chair. See that? In through the nose, out through the nose. Keep your knee down. Press. Should be a big stretch all the way here. You got it? Good. You hang out there. As long as you feel comfortable, then you bring it up and you move to the other side. Right here. If you will just take a time to do those two, just those two. You can do your hamstring first, then sit down and, you know, go in and out, and then bring this one down. Okay. So I'm going to get to the very edge. I'm going to hang on here. I'm going to put my toe down. Then I'm going to put the top of my foot down. Okie dokie. And my knee is headed to the ground. Now I'm going to go back, straight back. Keep my knee down. Squeeze that knee in. Keep it headed down. Go back. Big breath. 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 And breath. Okay, bring it back up. So if you can hang out there for another, 10 seconds or so, and really let that hip flexor right here, open, that'd be a really good thing. Number one. Number two, I'm just gonna turn here, just like this. See that? See that? And then I'm gonna turn here. See that? So I'm gonna take my hands on one side, and then I'm gonna take my hands the other side. See that? So just this little turning like this. This stays pretty solid, straight on. But I'm just turning back and forth. You can do it on your heels, you can do it on your toes, whatever you feel comfortable. But from one side to the other side. You're gonna take your hands, you're gonna put them right behind that occipital bone, right back there. Lean into it, okay? Lean into it, the back part of your head, and your chin is tucked. Take a big breath in, and then a breath out through your nose, if possible. Okay, right now, drop your shoulders, drop your chin. Open, 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 open. Okay, stay there, don't let go. No, stay there. Don't let go, stay there. And release. But don't go back to slumping forward. Don't do it. Okay, big breath. Yes. Use your hands on your chair or on your thighs. Go forward into a nice squat position and then come up. Okay, shake out your hands. You should be feeling really good right now. If you worked through all those moves with me, you should be feeling really good right now.